base is a little weak there, but the team wasn't, that's for sure. I have to eat some humble pie today. There we go. Little Sweet Home Alabama on Trento Vision. How come I can't hear myself? No.
Oh,
Because you got the thing so loud.
No, it's not that loud. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Because now I'm talking into the microphone. That's how that works. Ah, what a disaster. What a disaster.
Oh, my gosh.
We
I didn't see $5 come my way, by the way.
Oh, I pay my bills. I pay. Well, I shouldn't say that too loudly.
Yeah.
I pay some of my bills. Oh, let's see if I have a 5.
I'll give you change.
No, you know what?
You're now somebody else.
Notre Dame got beat so badly. You can keep the 10. Okay, here's a 10. You can check it. Give it to him. We bet $5.
I'll take care of that.
Great. I lost another $5 to a woman.
This is a good time to request donations for the gambling fund for Trento Vision.
Well, it's a good thing it stayed internal inside the organization.
Yes, it did stay within the
Yeah,
organization.
we kept it in the family.
It's communal. It's communal. Your gift comes here. We have
brown
bets.
money here.
It goes around like this. And but we are supported either by you buying advertising. You can contact me, Tom at trentovision.tv, or you can go to trentovision.tv and you'll see a little square thing that says donate securely. And you can. No, keep it. Wait
a minute, he's giving me change. Like he thinks he's actually going to get
No,
this 10.
it's fine.
I was handing it to CJ if you caught that.
Yeah.
No,
Here, honey.
It was such a demolishing roll tide, and I made fun of them not having all the teeth in their mouth and all that. But I do know how to play a damn good football game. Let me tell you.
In Indiana and in Alabama, where I both have lived, they call that an ass whooping.
Yeah, that was, and the.
CJ looks over to Joe to say,
No, that's
say
okay.
that on the radio?
Yes, you can say that word. The particularly when it's used in reference to the Democrat Party, you can use those terms. The Catholics, touchdown Jesus, nothing helped. There was no game plan. There was no running. The quarterback had the deer in the headlights look on the Notre Dame side, but he is a freshman, though.
Yeah, he had happy feet the whole game.
He had happy feet. He fell out of the pocket, ran out of the pocket, and was running all over the place. And the other team, Alabama, just executed a game plan. Everyone knew where they executed better. They had a better game plan. They had better skill sets at each position. They had self-confidence, and they had Miss Alabama. Did you see that?
No, I missed that.
That pretty girl that they kept, Bert Musburger, kept like fawning over.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at A.J. McCracken or A.J. McCrallen's, the quarterback for Alabama. His girlfriend was in the stands, and the camera just kept going to her. And a beautiful girl, right?
Yeah.
Which turns out she's Miss Alabama.
Oh, I didn't know
That's
that.
his girlfriend,
I didn't know
right?
that. Right.
So on Fox this morning, they're going, all right, you kids in Alabama, go Pop Warner, start playing, because you're going to and become a quarterback. The quarterbacks get all the pretty girls, you know. So 42-14, something like that. The Fighting Irish went down in flames. So
was it 42-14 or was it more than that?
No, I think it was 42. Or it doesn't matter. Once you get over 40, it doesn't matter. But in any event, welcome today, the 8th of January, 2013, or as I like to say, 213.
1984.
I'm leaving the zeros out. It's a Tuesday. It's 74 degrees inside the studios at Beasley Broadcasting Company, WNN, the Winners News Network, Health and Wealth Station. We have neither of those in this room. We're all banged up somehow. And the wealth part is a foreign word.
Well,
but, as I said,
I disagree with you.
What?
I won last night.
Oh, you
I'm
won
wealthy
$5
today.
Beg
differ.
$5. I take that back. Wealth is a matter of
I
perspective.
didn't even show up, and I made out okay.
Right. Yeah, just
some Bangladeshi in some cave somewhere. Do they have caves in Bangladesh? $5 is like a lifetime of money. So wealth is a matter of perspective, especially when you're sitting in Boca Raton looking at the Boca Raton Hotel, at $700 a night or something along those lines. I'm Tom Trento, your host on Trento Vision. Good to have you here with us today. I started to do the weather, but our formerly sick,
Weather girl.
now high maintenance co-host, Weather Girl, was a little slow on the draw. What is the weather outside for all the people listening in other parts of the world making a decision whether to get on the airplane right now?
It is sunny and 81, as you can see out the window.
Oh, yeah, we can't see out the window yet because our guy has not switched our shot yet.
Switch the shot to the
The shot's outside.
The shots.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
When that person speaks,
No, he's got two shots. He's got.
I'm doing my job.
He's doing
I was
his
looking at the
thing.
wrong screen. My bad.
Okay. We're getting a little fancy for the viewing audience today on Trento Vision on WNN 1470.
Seriously, look at that. It's gorgeous outside.
We're doing what they call in the industry a two-shot. No, actually a two-camera shoot. Two-shot is when two people are in one shot, but this is a two-camera shoot.
This is shoot. They didn't tell me there was going to be two cameras, and I didn't have my hair done.
Oh, and
Shot.
Now that you mention that, everyone is going to be looking at your hair, and Mort is going to draw your hair
No, he
so
better
badly
not.
it isn't going to be funny,
No, if he does.
But
that
we're
is-
using two cameras to just make things a little more interesting, so they can
Okay.
zoom right in on your face and do a close-up, and
a close-up of
they can
my
make my
muggly.
nose look larger than it actually is. Okay, I have an Italian Roman nose. My mother used to say, "Yeah, it's roaming all over the place."
Can they make me look like an Episcopalian from Connecticut?
Probably pull that off. So we have a lot going on today. We have our first hour.
Yeah, we
The
have-
subject matter. We send out an email each day with what we guess the show's topics will be, we sort of prepare for, but then the muse takes over and we don't know where we wind up. But the title of today's show is Bye Bye Jews. Goodbye, Jews. See you. There's now a new dream team. President Obama, former Senator Chuck Hagel, and possible head of the CIA, John Brennan. The new dream team, that's an anti-Israel cabal that will result in a collaboration with the Muslim Brotherhood, collaboration with the ruling Ayatollahs in Iran, and the acceptance of the Persian bomb worldwide to live with another nuclear-powered, maniacal, theocratic, apocalyptic country. Just another day.
So where's
Can
David
it,
Duke?
well, let me ask you
They're
this.
walking
Can
apart.
Can it be a cabal if they're out in the open about it?
It's a
Isn't a cabal in secret?
it's an
These
overt
guys
cabal.
are, yeah.
It's an overt cabal.
This is not covert.
So where does David Duke fit in all this?
He's just
mess?
laughing his head off. I am on his mailing list.
I know.
How did you get on
I
David
have
Duke's
no
mail?
idea, and I didn't unsubscribe.
Tell the
because
audience who David Duke is.
David Duke is a very bad guy. David Duke was the former Grand Master of the Ku Klux
Grand Dragon,
Klan.
Wizard,
Yeah.
whatever.
He wore the little hat or whatever. The Ku Klux Klan, and Ku Klux is a Greek term for circle. And the original name for the Ku Klux Klan came out of a Greek term, Ku Klux, circle, and a clan, a band of brothers in a circle. That was their whole idea. And then there's symbolism with all of that. But David Duke was formerly the Grand Wizard. Then he found Jesus, or he found Hitler, or whoever he found. And he took off his robes, and he did what any good person does. He went and got elected to the legislature of Louisiana, I think as a Republican.
Yeah.
He ran as a Republican
And won.
Nazi, a Republican Nazi.
Did he win?
Ku Klux. Yeah, he won. He served for 1 or 2 terms.
Which is why, to this day, the Republican Party has a hard time attracting Jewish voters,
Yeah,
I might
that
say.
that could be one of the factors. But he sends out these bizarre mailings about once a month. He does videos where either he's just sitting there or it's just his voice with slides, and it is complete Jew hatred I mean, like, and then the Jews, they were Jews on crossing the street, and they almost tried to run me over and kill me, and now they're taking over the world, and just crazy stuff. And then he asks for a ton of money. But if you go read anything about him, he's been in so many scams and mismanagement of funds, and the guy's a loser, But how do we get on him? You asked where he was.
When we have the rabbi come in today at 4, we should ask him what the warm fuzzy he's getting with this new Jew Love Fest that is going up there on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
What
he
is
might
that?
have. Is he allowed to talk about that?
I don't know. Which love fest are you talking
The
about?
one you just talked about.
Oh, this whole new deal here.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Well, it hasn't got a Capitol Hill yet. It's still in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Let me shut that thing off there. It's still at 1600. So our show today, we're going to deal with the Chuck Hagel proposed appointment to be the head of the DOD, Secretary of Defense. Unbelievable. And then John Brennan being promoted to the head of the Children in Action, CIA. And what all of this means. We're going to deconstruct the worldview of these people, what it's all about, what it means, how it's going to impact your life, how it's going to impact Israel, how it's going to impact the Islamic world. When you see Iran celebrating, saying, what a good choice in Hegel, when you see stuff like that, it's got to kind of make you go, what's going on? So those are the substantive issues we're going to be dealing with. Hour 2, Rabbi Eli Kavon will be with us. He's a local rabbi who has taken some pretty controversial positions, standing strongly against the typical rabbinical liberal view of appeasement, of land for peace, all of that. And he's impressed us greatly. He's a scholar. He studied in Israel. He'll be in the second hour to help us navigate through this new direction America's going to take for the country of Israel. And then in our third hour, we have a couple little surprises for you. But I have some interesting stuff right now. How are you feeling, first of all? You were not here yesterday. Some of your fans were looking for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and hoping you were okay and all that.
I am okay. I thought I was coming down with a cold, and I took some.
Organogold for your cold. Did you do that?
No, I didn't. I
you have
probably
it?
would have felt better if I had.
Have you had any Organogold lately?
I haven't had any today.
Well,
Hint, hint.
what is Organogold? That's the question right now. What is Organogold? CJ, what's that?
Organogold is tasty microbrewed coffee and hot chocolate and tea beverage drinks
Dishwasher.
that you can make anywhere.
Okay.
And they,
I'm listening. You can talk to them.
besides the fact that they're really tasty, they're kind of magical. You really feel good when you drink
Kind of
them.
magical. Okay. These colors, the colors all just seem to become vibrant and alive, and the music sounds so much differently.
No. It's not like that.
And,
But
she's a little whited out. Yeah, she's a little whited out, I think.
Good as we can get.
It's the backlight.
Yeah, she's backlit. Okay, there it is. Go ahead. Rock and roll.
what do you mean I'm whited out?
Just go ahead. Technical talk.
Technical talk.
It's not
Nothing,
racial.
It's not
nothing
racial. If I say you're blacked
No,
out,
I
that's
think
not racial
white
either.
out.
No,
like.
okay. No. It's we're putting you against a bright backdrop. Is what the
Oh
problem.
well, don't do that.
We're tweaking the
No,
system.
we're having fun. It actually looks
Dark
good.
is good for me.
It makes you look dark, CJ.
Okay, if you say so. Okay.
Okay, so Organogold.
So Organogold.
So it's good stuff.
And if the Organogold people are watching and listening today, could you please send another box because I only have a couple left.
I actually got a call from the folks, and they want to talk with you. So we'll have to put that together.
They want me to invest, probably.
Yeah. So we'll
Yeah.
we'll put all the details together.
Okay.
So that's forthcoming, and you can advertise with us too. Tom at TrentoVision.
Oh, I should tell you also that
Yes.
the coffee cup that I drank my Organogold out of is really, really clean right now. And why is that?
Oh, because we don't have the.
Well, I don't know if we have the
We have
commercial.
a new computer,
Uh-huh.
so we don't have the really clean dishes spot set up yet. Do we?
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well,
so
whether
go ahead.
you do or you don't, it doesn't matter because I do have my report, which I promised I would give you.
Rock
I
and roll.
loaded my dishwasher. Let me tell you what I put in there. Like most of my cutlery that was already clean, but a lot of it had like watermarks and stuff on it. But I took some out so I could compare side by side, and I redid the load.
Oh, you are a consumer report
Yeah,
tester.
yeah. I
Man.
redid the
Oh, that's a
load
good
with the
shout.
cutlery, and I had a pot in there that I made fettuccine alfredo in, and I didn't
Yeah.
rinse it out.
Yeah.
I didn't rinse it out, and glass bowls that I didn't rinse out, and glasses and everything. And let me tell you, my stuff is sparkling.
Oh, wow.
It is sparkling.
Reallycleandishes.com.
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 Yeah.
So, also,
So it works.
So that works.
Okay, I
Everything
wouldn't
we
say
do.
anything about it until I tried it, but I tried it. I liked it. It works.
everybody that
Yeah.
is a sponsoring partner of the show, all this crap works, folks. It's just wonderful. Even our lawyer friend, Peter Feynman. Peter Feynman at FeynmanLaw.com is a great Florida attorney. He's based in Boynton Beach. Feynman, F-E-A-M-A-N, FeynmanLaw.com. Peter will be here domani, por favore. He'll be here
Tomorrow.
as a guest slash host. We'll have him over there. We'll have him over here. We'll kind of feel him out. And then Friday, he will be seated right here
Yes, he
in the
will.
Command and Control Center. He will be, and you'll be there. These guys will be gone. They're going
Now, wait
to,
a minute. Both of them will be gone?
Yeah, they're both going to, where are you going Thursday, you guys?
Wait a
I
minute.
don't
Wait a
know.
minute.
Bar, we're hanging out. We're done with you for a week.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Seriously?
Seriously,
He's
we're going
gone?
to a bar.
Yeah, but no video, just radio. So you just have the radio stuff.
They actually think we're not going to a bar because we tell them we're going.
No. I
reverse
know you're
psychology.
going to a bar. Okay, I don't even have to ask you where you're going. I
For
know
the
you're going to
donors,
be in a bar.
This is joking. For the donors, nobody goes to bars.
Nobody goes to
Especially
bars
the Christian
except
donors.
except for to work.
Except
Yes.
for the word.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
we're actually going to a Christian get together down
Summit,
in
not
Christian.
get-together.
That's a Christian. You Christians do your little
Summit, get together.
You Unitarians call it get together. You guys call it summit. Okay, so it's a different type of thing. Okay. So, we're having a love fest down here in Orlando.
It's a
Been
Christian
love fest.
summit in Orlando on what?
Islamic, what to do with the Islamic message, how to present it correctly, blah 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 blah, stuff like that.
Blah, 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 blah.
I don't know. I'm going down there. I'll figure it out. No, it's the Islamic
Money
summit.
well spent.
He
for these
didn't know there
tickets.
would be a pop quiz
I didn't know I was
today.
going to pop quiz on this thing. Hold on.
It's a summit. It's called Summit on Islam. It's put on by Ravi Zacharias. For all the Christians out there, they know Ravi Zacharias. And it's simply an effort for the evangelical community to figure out how they're going to respond to the jihadi Islamic onslaught in the United States of America. And, the Christian message is one of love, of reconciliation, all of this. But you have a bloodthirsty system in Islam that chooses to kill and destroy. But there may be human beings within that system that choose not to do that, but they're still stuck in there. So this summit is going to address the interpersonal relationships between evangelical Christians and Muslims, the horrendous position that women are in Islam. It's going to identify and expose that. It's going to deal with some of the apologetic issues, why Islam is false. Factually, it's factually false. It's a misleading religion, those sort of issues. It's a 3-day event. People from all over the world, highly talented speakers in Orlando coming in. And our team, we have 4 people going up there. We're going to be doing interviews. We're going to be passing out some material, hopefully showing Pastor Umar.
Yeah, right.
Yep. So
That's
you
gonna be
two
good.
guys are going there.
Alan's going to be there with me.
Alan, and then Karen Vaughn is going to go with them.
Oh, cool.
So the
Yeah,
4 of you are
Yeah,
going.
we're going to tag team out there to be Christians over the
So
head.
we got a Unitarian, a atheist, Is Alan may be coming around a little bit.
Well, he,
I don't
Jewish or
think
atheist?
Alan
What?
is-
Well, he's
an
Jewish, but he said in the past he's an atheist basically. But I think he's coming around.
He's a Jew. He's a.
No, he's
but he's not a hardcore Jew.
no,
he's
he's
Jewish.
Jewish as his nationality. His
Right.
blood is Jewish. The religious belief he's always backed off of. I think he's a theist.
He's a
now.
theist more.
Alan,
than-
if you're listening, what are you, man? Are you an atheist? Are you a theist? Are you agnostic? Where are you, man? What's going on?
It's somewhere between theist and Gnosticism. He believes that there's a higher power.
Maybe
God,
something out there.
but it doesn't.
We
really
have
know what it
Michael,
is.
who's like a mystic, and we have one Christian going, Karen, who'll kind of sort things out. You're a Christian? No, you're
Mike's a
a Christian.
Christian.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, when-
He is.
And I'm a lovey-dovey Unitarian.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
a big, warm, lovey fuzzball.
While those guys are there learning all about Islam, I will be in South Carolina, and I'll be speaking at the South Carolina Tea Party Convention on Islamic law and its insinuation in the American culture. But I'm going to take a little different approach, and that will be videotaped, and I'll get a copy of it. And while all of us are away working, she will be in here playing with Peter. Do you believe that? Didn't sound too good. She will be in here.
CJ doesn't get to go anywhere, so she's gonna sit.
You'll be
We're
with your
keeping
Peter
her at
Feynman.
home,
You'll be here with Peter
locking
Feynman.
her in the studio with
Yes.
a lawyer for 3 hours.
But you're going to have to tell him, all right, now push this button, now do this, now do that.
No, well, he doesn't have to do anything but
Just
talk.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
pretty simple. Pretty simple. All right, here's what we're going to do right now. So that's what's going on with the Trento Vision team, the United West
Really,
team.
cameraless in Gaza?
Yeah. Cameraless in Gaza. Yes, because the option was, and we ruled it out very quickly, we were going to teach you to
Yeah,
run
that
the
was-
camera. We ruled that out pretty quickly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. You would have had to start like a few weeks ago if you were going to do that.
So, all right, now here's what we want to do.
It's not
today.
like putting iHeartRadio on your
No,
smartphone.
Little different.
Yeah.
I moved my. We have a schedule of the show.
Yeah.
I usually have it here, but I'm trying to get it so I can keep my eye on the camera. I moved it. I need it. I need a holder. Somebody just to hold this.
Here, why don't I do it for you?
Hey, gee, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 26 after 3 o'clock on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. And that says that the Tea Party Tribune, teapartytribune.com, that's good. Do right now before we get into Chuck Hagel and John Brennan, all of that. I did the other day, CJ. I put a little notice in my Facebook page, Tom Trento.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I wrote. I said, as many of you know, I do a daily radio, internet, TV show, 3 to 6. It's a very interesting format, and we hit all the key national security topics exposing President Obama and his pro-Islamic, anti-Israel views. So I'd like to hear from you. What topics would you like us to cover, and what guests would you like us to interview? Let me know your creative thoughts and ideas.
Okay.
Whoa,
And
they lit up my
They lit
page,
up.
man.
Okay, well, maybe that's the basis for our Mozart contest.
That could be. We do it. That's hey Mort. If you're listening, maybe we do the Mozart integrated.
Yeah,
Oh, this is an integration of social media. Amazing.
yeah.
We integrate it into Facebook. James, I'll just read first names. Now it's
Okay.
it's all public because you can go to my page and look at it. But I'll
Right.
just read first names. James, is Obama deliberately crashing the economy? It's been 5 years since the housing bubble, and yet little signs of real growth.
Yeah, those buzzles are
Yeah,
hard.
tough puzzles. I have new glasses. I buzzled my other glasses today, and I had to go to Walgreens and buy a pair of glasses.
The economic buzzle is ready to burst. Huh?
So I mean, Obama, we will do more of that, James, because the next 3 months are going to be the debt ceiling issue, And as we all know, our national security is integrated into the economy. So we will do that. Then I'll just read the first name so nobody knows who they are. Matthijs says, Matthijs is one of our friends, one of our guys in another country. I thank you. You probably can guess the country by what he says. I thank you for what you do. Please pay attention to Geert Wilders. He could be an example for American politicians who still wet their pants when the topic of Islam arises. He would say something like that.
Is he back on the Wilders bandwagon now?
Well, Wilders has come around a little bit.
Wilders was kind of drifting toward the center, and then he came back.
Yeah. Mary said
He's actually
maybe more.
really to the left.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
look
in
at-
terms of
you know?
our-
Yeah.
I
of
mean,
course.
for us,
Yeah.
even for here, he's to the left.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mary says, how about bios on key CARE players? CARE, Council on American
that would be
Islamic
good.
Relations.
Yeah, we could do something on Badir. We could do something
Just
on
an overview of
Misri,
who they
yeah,
are and their
and-
life. Yeah, that's very good. Where they came from, who they've touched, as in our White House and
And where
Congress.
are they now?
Because we can track every one of them who has gone into the White House, that's for sure.
Right.
Audio, video of past statements made against the U.S. We do a lot of that. Number 2, Islam sold as our history or as pushed as peaceful in the schools from elementary to colleges and universities.
Okay.
That's-
Islam in schools.
That's a big one. A lot of
Yeah.
work has been done on that. Very good topic. Number 3, deep dive on what, where, how the Holy Land Foundation trial came about and what it's doing today, still thriving in Dallas. That's very good, too.
Yeah, no, that's a great one.
Holy
I
Land
suggest-
follow up.
I suggested on that one a long time ago.
Why
Yeah.
don't you do a quick 30 seconds on Holy Land?
Holy Land Foundation trial is the largest terrorism funding trial in the United States history. Hundreds of Islamic groups such as CARE,
ISNA,
ISNA,
all those
all
things, yeah.
the four-letter organizations.
All
They're
the Muslim Brotherhood
all-
offshoots.
Yep.
They're all designated as Muslim Brotherhood entities, as far as tied there by scores and scores of evidence. And it's pretty amazing once you look at all the evidence how anyone can not think they were not Muslim Brotherhood entities. And the people that they convicted in this trial are serving were the heads of all these organizations, the overseers of the heads of all these organizations. So what they did, the government said, we're going to list these other people as entities. They need to be investigated. We're going to list them as co-conspirators. They're not yet indicted because we can't indict them yet because there's so many of them. We're going to put a co-conspirator list together. They put a co-conspirator list together, and the Holder administration has
There's
yet
like
to
300 of them or
Right.
so.
and it goes to every to the letter, almost every prominent Muslim figure
Organization in America.
and person in the United
All
States.
right, well, I just wanted a short little thing because it's huge. But we're still number 4, interviews with Bill Warner. We know Bill Warner, who takes Islam as a political movement perspective.
His little red books are great.
Yep. Ex-Muslims, apostates, to understand how we can convince others to convert them away from Islam to anything.
Yeah, that'll be for you this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Congressmen and senators are willing to stand against the infiltration, ask how to get others to stand. Just a few thoughts from me. You guys are doing a fantastic job, and I catch you as often as I can. Thank you, Mary. Scott says, why the GOP has lost touch with America and has lost the popular vote in all but one election since Clinton was elected in 1992. And you realize that gun control and economic growth are the issues. If we learned anything, ask Alan West. We, the people, want solutions, not more BS negative bloviating. Okay?
Okay.
Maybe
Then-
we can, actually, that's a good subject for maybe Peter on Friday.
Yes, that would work.
What do you think?
Yeah, since he's
And
chair of the Florida
Republican
RNC.
Party. Yeah. Well, he's the committeeman, the national committee.
National committeeman for
There's
the
a big
state of
committee
Florida.
that meets in Washington with 50 people. They
the
sit around
committee
a
of
big
the
room.
committees.
They sit around a room, and one from each state. Peter's the guy from Florida. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
So at 3:33, if you'd like to get in on our conversation today, 888-565-1460. 70, Debbie said, 888-565-1470. Debbie said, in response to what would you guys, my Facebook page, like us to deal with? Debbie said, Tom, love your show and the topics. I hear so much of the problems. I would like to hear more of the
Solution.
solutions. How do we stop the infiltration of Islam and their plan to plant their black flag on our White House? Word of advice. The lady, the lady laughs too much. She's talking to you.
Well, the big problem with the
I
solution.
understand you guys want to have fun, it's okay, but we're laughing our way to Sharia. Laugh out loud. She wrote laugh out loud.
Well, we make jihad
More
fun.
solutions.
Yeah, we
The
make
lady laughs too much.
Yeah.
the problem is.
Who is that?
Well, let's see.
Well, here's the problem with the
Oh, it's
solution.
a Debbie lady.
Well, here's the problem
It's
with
a
the
Debbie lady.
here's the problem with the solution angle, is if you have we're not in a solution finding mode right now because we've had reelected an administration. There's a reason why we're saying it so strongly and stridently before the election. We're going to either be in a defensive or an offensive mode. We're in very treacherous grounds here because there's not too much offensive stuff we can do because the issue getting pushed at us. We're getting we're talking about we're getting Hagel as Secretary of Defense. We've got Muslim Brotherhood operatives in the White House cozying up to the president.
Well, there's two levels to the solution.
And if you want to talk about
There's a strategic level, which we certainly can structure out. But you're referring to a tactical level.
Okay.
What do we do today, tomorrow, the next day, next
Well, I think
30
that's what
days,
she's
60
looking
days?
for. It's
Yeah.
what a solution.
Tactically, we're in an analysis phase. We're seeing what the other guys are going to do, what specifically they're going to do. We're looking at Israel and the Persian bomb, all of that. So, and I've been approached a million times. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I'm just kind of letting things play out. I'm listening to a couple of people, some different meetings that are going on around the country. In fact, this weekend, I believe, there's another summit in Orlando with planning for these sort of things. So the answer on a tactical level, Debbie, is we need about 30 days to come up with specific action steps operationally. Strategically, we've got to stop the Islamic immigration of jihadis in particular. We've got to fight the war on terror. There's a lot of strategic stuff. But I'm going to go through some of these things. How am I going to say this name? Aya, talk about how liberal Hollywood and TV industries have so much to do with the breakdown of society. Oh, that's interesting. Focus on what they give society, equal movies, TV shows, glorifying guns, violence, drugs, gays, vampires, while vilifying things like the military, police, God, and people of faith, the wealthy, corporations, conservatives, etc., and how the media ignores the garbage in, garbage out, and all they want to do, and it just goes on and on and on. So, Hollywood, what do you think of that?
Hollywood?
I mean, you're looking to an organization that's trying to provide direction for the left. I mean, that's as simple as you can have it, and that's what they want to do. They want to promote leftist idea, leftist politics, leftist candidates, leftist ideas, while they reap the benefits of everything on the right. And it's just, the hypocrisy is just incredible from the Hollywood. They'll talk about denying and banning guns, yet they go around and blow each other up, on movies.
In every
with
single
guns.
movie.
Yeah, in every single movie. And yet they want to get their paycheck from glorifying guns, yet they want to ban them at the same time.
Yeah, we played that video the other day where the all
was
the Hollywood
dozens of
actors,
them.
yeah, they
Yeah.
did this
Right.
PSA, put the guns down.
Oh,
Jamie Foxx. And then the next scene, he's
blowing off
down
he's
people.
mowing down 15 people and babies and everything like that.
Just got a text from someone who said, "What about the connection of Islam and fascism?" That's always. I mean, we're on that one quite a bit.
yeah,
but in terms of technically,
Called the Grand Mufti Al-Husseini.
that would be good. Yeah, that would be good technically. Ecce Veritas, active campaign engaging the public to place intense pressure on their local, state, and federal lawmakers. So grassroots activism. The next one is Richard. Hi, Tom. How about reverse racism? Seems like blacks cry racism at the drop of a hat, but if we dare question anything, we're racists.
Well, Kevin Jackson was on yesterday
Yeah.
talking about that.
Yeah,
Just
that's
yesterday,
right.
He's a member of the Tea Party out in Arizona. He's a man of non-Caucasian persuasion,
Yep.
and he says anytime I say anything, I'm immediately labeled as an Uncle Tom. Da 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 da. Yet we can have 99% of the people vote for President Obama. Yet that isn't racism.
No, we'll have him on dealing with reverse racism. That'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a comedian.
And that's something that Valanda has talked about
Yep,
before.
she has,
When
yep.
our caller Valanda, when
Our good
She's
friend.
not.
Yeah.
She's not a real black person either. Yolanda
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
Jackson.
they're
fake
Auntie
black.
Toms and Uncle
Yeah,
Toms.
right.
Susan says, I'd like to hear discussion on why on earth we are sending Egyptian tanks, F-16s, and other military equipment when the Muslim Brotherhood is in power. Would someone hearing Michael Bolton debate this subject would enjoy hearing Michael Bolton, which means John Bolton, would enjoy Michael Bolton.
Listen to Michael Bolton sing the debate. All right.
Would enjoy hearing John Bolton debate, former ambassador to the UN. The subject with someone from the Defense Department. Maybe we can put that together. We interviewed him several times
Yeah,
at the RNC.
Good guy.
Secondly, I'd like you to have Dinesh D'Souza on as a guest to expand his thoughts and beliefs that were the subject of the movie 2016.
Yeah, we ran into Dinesh a couple times. He's a little tough, but
He's going through a little problem
yeah,
right
he's,
now.
a little
he's got
tough right
some issues to work out
He's
in
got a
his
little
life. Yeah.
wife problem and girlfriend problem, trying to balance both of them at the same time.
You didn't have to say that.
No,
You
it's-
just
it's-
said
That's
he's
public-
got some
it's
personal
public.
Well,
issues
it's public-
to work
it's public
out.
information.
Fine.
Pat says, what we're doing at 40 minutes past the hour on Trento Vision with Tom Trento, CJ, Mark, Mike, and the Rabbi is here with us. Good to see you again.
Rabbi K.
What we're doing is we're going through, I asked our Facebook fans to suggest some topics and ideas, and go to Tom Trento or the United West, either one of those, and you can continue to do this. We're going through the material that people are suggesting. It's very helpful, actually.
Yeah.
Pat says the danger posed by the Islamic infiltration in our institutions and the policies they pursue. Please interview Paul Sperry, Frank Gaffney. The Muslim Brotherhood's desire to implement Sharia in America. Interview Steve Coughlin, Fred Gandy, Chris Holton, Raymond Ibrahim, all
We
friends
all
of
know
ours.
all friends of ours. Yeah.
OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation in the Assault on Free Speech. Robert Spencer, Deborah Weiss.
Actually, Peter's a good one for that too.
Peter, yes.
Yeah.
And Ann, well, yeah, Peter,
Yeah.
don't say the other name because I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Reverend Mark Drury, author of The Third Choice. He will be at the summit. Trevor Loudon, UN's agenda and all that stuff. But Reverend Mark Drury will be there, and he's a leading
that's right.
thinker on this. Yeah, you got to get in touch with him. Mary says Islam's soft jihad infiltration of the U.S. public schools. A few people have said that. Richard says they just start talking to each other here. They're going back and forth. Susan says, how about discussing the inappropriate and sick remarks Vice President Biden made toward women at the swearing in of the new members the other day? It's disturbing to think he's first in line to be president. Anybody see that? It was bizarre. I mean, he's a very gregarious and touchy-feely guy. He almost reminds me of an Italian guy. And the way they have it, all the incoming senators go and they bring their immediate family, their kids, their wives, their mothers, their aunts, all of that. And they get in a receiving line and Biden takes pictures with the whole group.
Right.
But Biden, as the women are coming, he's got his hands all
He's all
over them.
grabby-feely.
Somebody put a compilation of all these shots. And he's kissing them and whispering in their ear and all of this. And you go, what is this guy
Remember
doing,
that picture
right?
of him with the biker chick?
Oh yeah,
During the campaign?
Yeah.
And then the guys are like looking, and the expression of the guys next to her are like, oh my god.
Yeah. So somebody wants us to deal with that. I don't know if we're going to deal with that.
I'll
I
take
would
a
take
pass.
a pass on
Take a
that,
pass.
yeah.
2 passes on that one.
Louis Gohmert. You guys need to interview Louis Gohmert, Representative
we know
Louis
him.
Gohmert. No, that we should do.
We should get Louis on.
And should we play the Louie song when
Yeah,
he's
Louis.
on?
Yes. Benghazi, somebody said. We
Yeah.
would stay
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
More Benghazi. I vote for that.
Interview Patrick Poole, Claudia Rosette, Michael Ledeen, Andy McCarthy, Claire Lopez, Steve Emerson. All good.
All
we can
good.
do
All
all
good,
that.
all good.
Yeah.
We will do that. Okay.
We have
that's it
interviewed
for
them,
now.
and we have done it. And so.
That's it for now on those guys. I want to read you.
And I do have one more request.
Okay.
And it says, "What about zombies, huh?" How about zombies? We need to talk about zombies.
We need more. Well, I think every time we talk about the Obama administration, we're talking about zombies.
Many.
Vampire worshippers and everything else. We should talk about them all.
Yeah, then we lose you, and no, not him. Rabbi, do you watch? What is it called?
The Walking Dead.
No.
Have you haven't
Ever
watched
hear
The
of
Walking?
No.
Is it
Ah.
The Walking
I-
Dead or The Waking Dead?
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Right.
Now, are they really dead,
pretty
these
much out of the
zombies?
Yeah, well, that's always a good question. Are zombies dead, or are they actually just kind of like partially living? Because, I mean, zombies have to eat. They eat to survive. But if
Yeah.
they don't eat, they don't really die.
Right.
But we did have an explanation of it in the last Walking Dead series, where they die very, very slowly, so they can go without sustenance for a long time.
Okay, that's the zombies portion of Trento Vision today at 44 minutes past 3 o'clock on
Okay.
the 8th of January.
Well, we
Well,
covered
inquiring
the
minds
Notre
wanna
Dame
know.
75
game
degrees
and
in
a
here.
popular television show. We are so au courant.
All you zombies, just tune in. I'm going to read the beginning of a letter written by Alan Dershowitz. Everybody know Alan
Oh, I
Dershowitz?
read it. Yeah.
And he's a rightist. He's so far extreme right. Dershowitz is just off the scale to the right. Is he not, Tom?
He's such an extremist.
What is Alan Dershowitz's politics?
Alan is Harvard professor, law professor, brilliant professor.
Says enough right there.
Yeah, there you go. There's the whole thing. And he's an apologist for President Obama.
And he had a movie made made about him in Hollywood. So
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's always got something
Enough
to say
said.
about everything from the OJ trial to whatever's going on. But in terms of our issues, national security, Israel, all of that, he has been a very serious proponent and supporter of President Obama, and he had a couple of hiccups last cycle. No, I mean he actually had some concerns. But then came out and said, "No, I trust President Obama."
Obama, I love him.
yeah.
Well, yesterday he put this letter out, and he says President Obama's nomination of Chuck Hagel may encourage Iran's nuclear ambitions.
You think?
You think?
President Obama's nomination of Chuck Hagel as Secretary of Defense risks increasing the likelihood, Alan Dershowitz writes, that Iran will develop nuclear weapons. Okay. Alan Dershowitz, who's a very intelligent guy, says if Chuck Hagel gets in there, the risk is going to be increasing the likelihood that Iran will develop nuclear weapons. Now, we've talked extensively on the implications of a Persian bomb in the Middle East. It is
Well, see,
Okay,
this
so
is
but he also-
destabilizing.
well, this is the same Hagel who said that for Iran we should not put sanctions on Iran. We should not do anything. We should not because
Should negotiate with
we should
them.
negotiate with them. We should just talk to them, and
That's the
bring them to
same
the
guy?
table. That's the same
Bring
guy.
them to the table to help us figure out what we're doing in Afghanistan
Yeah,
too.
and so
Yes.
so Dershowitz takes a look at these statements, these policies, and says, "No, not such a good idea."
Okay,
Yeah.
but he also takes a look at Chuck Hagel and says, this is a mistake because he's not representative of President Obama's true intentions for Israel and the Jewish people. Which is,
Here's what he says. These views, Hagel's views, are inconsistent with the very different views expressed by President Obama.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Ah.
See, now, but here's the rub. We got to track this carefully for the audience. We have a very intelligent attorney in Alan Dershowitz, and he doesn't want to be seen ever as being wrong. So he analyzes Chuck Hagel and says, this is bad for Israel. But instead of saying Obama really let us down, he says, but these aren't Obama's views, right? This isn't Obama's
But
views.
they are Obama's views. That's the whole problem. They are.
They are really Obama's views.
Yes.
We all know that. And Obama did a slick move. I was talking to someone on the way over. Who was I talking with? Guido. Remember Guido Valente?
Yeah.
And he said it was a really brilliant move on Obama's part because Hagel's a Republican, former
Right.
senator.
I agree.
So you take this guy that's not even in your party, you slide him over here because you know he represents the position you want. Well, Alan, wake up, Alan. Is the president going to pick somebody that has views antithetical to his views?
Right.
Does that make any sense? And particularly
No, is that-
in a lame duck session,
And I think that's what he said in the article, and that's what he's saying in the article. Well, he can't.
the president typically, historically, in his lame duck session, has free sway with whoever he wants for these
Yeah,
serious
yeah.
cabinet positions. This is the guy he wants, you know? And Dershowitz now is getting squeezed, and I've seen other people writing about Dershowitz. Not nice things, you know? This is, all right, let me go on a little more. These views are inconsistent with the very different views expressed by President Obama. The president has emphasized on numerous occasions that he will never allow Iran to develop nuclear weapons, and I will cut the budget in half, and I will make sure. You know,
He
Alan,
says it a lot.
there's been a lot of promises by
And there
the
are
president.
magical unicorns in the
They are
rose
flying
garden.
around. And will use the military force if necessary to prevent the game changer. The military that's been decreased in
Right.
funding and its power over the past
The military
4 years.
that Hagel is there to decimate.
The nomination of Hagel thus sends a mixed message to the mullahs in Tehran. No, it doesn't.
I
No, it
don't think it's
doesn't.
mixed at all.
They just came
They
out.
get a clear,
He
clear,
just
distinct
said,
message.
"You guys got the green light from
Go
me.
for it.
Don't
Woo.
worry about that red line. I'll take care
Yeah,
of
we'll
those
take care of
pesky
that
Jews in
just for you."
Israel."
They just went on record. The
Yeah.
mullahs is saying we're very happy with Hagel's.
They got the message
Viewpoint.
loud and clear.
With the mullahs in Tehran, who will likely interpret it as a change from a red light to a yellow or green one when it
Thank
comes to
you.
their desire to develop nuclear weapons. Sending a mixed message
No.
at this point can increase the chances that Iran will miscalculate and act in a foolhardy manner, thus requiring the actual use of the military option, and eventually that nobody wants.
It's a green light with a marching band attached to it. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It really
come on
is.
in, guys. Yeah, woo, and throw a party, you know?
Senator Hagel, I'm jumping ahead. Senator Hagel will have an opportunity to clarify and hopefully change his previous statements with regard to these issues. He should be asked probing questions about sanctions, about the military option, about Israel's security. In his answers, he must persuade the Iranian leadership that there's no distance between his current views and those of the president who has nominated him. The president must also persuade the Iranian leadership that his nomination of Hagel does not. Why does anybody have to persuade anybody of anything?
I know.
Why not make a selection of a Department of Defense individual, a nominee, who reflects no space between the two? I don't know. Let's go to Alan and see if Alan has
Listen-
any idea.
Listen to what
what's
I
going
say,
on.
not what I do.
Alan, you're on with Tom and everybody else here. How are you?
Hello, Tom. How are you today? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hi,
Alan.
Alan.
Okay. How are you?
Good.
You're talking about the nomination for Secretary of Defense and Secretary of State. I mean, Obama is just fulfilling what everyone knew he was going to do if we were going to get into a second term. This is going to be a whirlwind attack on Israel. There's no doubt about it.
Well, Dershowitz, Alan. Dershowitz,
comma, Alan.
Yeah, is not a dummy. I mean, you know, he's a brilliant tactician. He's a brilliant strategist, strategitory. What did Bush say?
Strategery.
David Axelrod.
Why? What do you think is going through Alan Dershowitz's head right now?
What's going through his head is he's a Democrat. It kills him to go against Obama. He's not here and he's not there. He knows that Obama is not a friend to Israel. He has seen it in 4 years. He knows his background as well as you and I. But he can't help it. He's a Democrat, and he has to rationalize the move, and he has to say that Obama is doing the right thing. He has to. This is all rationalization on his part. I believe that Alan Dershowitz is an ideologue, and he does what he has to do. He can't go against his liberal, progressive views.
Yeah, I agree. It took him how many decades to finally call out Carter?
Oh, 30 years.
Over 30 years. It took him over 30 years to call out Jimmy Carter.
But now Obama he hasn't even been re-sworn in. He hasn't even been sworn in for a second term, and he's now full scale against Israel. You can have Hagel, who's going to sit down and compromise with Iran. And what about the rumors, it may be crazy, that Hillary Clinton was injured in an airplane crash in Iran? when she was
Yeah, we heard that, and we reported that something came out. It was on Newsmax, I think, and yeah, we haven't heard much after that. But she is going to testify. We heard today that she will testify before a committee. It looks like a Senate committee on Benghazi, because they're not going to do anything until she does testify. So, what do you see in 2013? We got about a minute left, Alan.
Okay, I love you and thanks for having me on.
Well, I was asking you, what do you see in 2013? Give us a 30-second overview.
I see a disaster. I see that Obama is going to rush ahead with, now it's going to be gun control. Forget about jobs. Jobs was not an issue in his first term. It was health care. Now it's going to be gun control. He's going after gun control and probably tax ammunition at the rate of $1 a round or $5 a round, just like cigarettes. And he's going to probably destroy the self-defense techniques and methods that we have. It's going to be a horror. And Israel is, let me tell you, if it goes on like this, Israel is doomed. Doesn't stand a chance.
All right. Well, we hope you're mistaken, and we will track it carefully. Thank you very much, Alan.
I love you all. I love you all.
Love you all too, for sure. That's our
See
good
you
friend
soon.
Alan B. Alan B.
Yep.
So, all right, here's what we're doing. We did a little overview, a little introduction of the issue at hand. The president's selection of Chuck Hagel and John Brennan,
And
too.
John
We'll bring
Brennan,
him
we
in.
need to bring him
And
in.
John Kerry, we might as well bring him in for the sextate. We'll do that. We'll have a good discussion on what's going on in Israel right now with Rabbi Kay, who's with us. But right now,
At this very moment.
we have to take a break. So we are out of here. Be right back.